There we go. Um, yeah, this is gonna be another like double upload thing. Again, like I've watched the movies for each day still, but just didn't have time to record anything. Um, but I don't know. I guess it works out this time around, just because the two movies I want to talk about, I don't really have much to say anything on. But the first one, at least for October 16th, let me shit. Yeah, so October 16th, um, watch Vampires Suck. Just like one of those spoof movies of the time, right? And I mean, the only thing I really have to say about that, my bad, spoof on Twilight specifically. But your like date movie, scary movie, you know, with those things, I mean, they kind of just remind me of like live action Family Guy almost, or um, things like that. Obviously catered, or comedy catered like more towards adults, because a lot of it tends to be either like just very absurd or like referential. My only problem with that is like it's very referential of the time. So if you weren't there at the time, you probably won't be getting much out of it. Um, and then I mean, with me specifically, I kind of like grew up like in the mid 2000s, early like 2010s, anyways. So there's a few things like I kind of know about, and Twilight's one of them. Whenever Twilight was like really really big, right? Um, like going back to the other examples, like scary movie, date movie, like the first scary movie, I was like familiar with most of the stuff they were talking about, right? Um, but yeah, so I guess spoof movies in general, and then I guess this one specifically, Vampires Suck. Uh, they're all right. I'm not gonna lie. I really have no problem with them, other than the fact that they can tend to be a bit dated, especially with like more of the reference humor. I feel like where they really excel at is the other thing I talked about, just like the absurdity of them, right? And I mean this one, like it's just more like a cartoonish violence, just like live action cartoon violence is it could be quite funny a lot of the time. I mean, obviously they just kind of throw it in just to throw it in, but like there are small like little sight gags where it's just like crazy, just like over the top, like violence, or like not even like violence necessarily, but just like a small thing. I mean, you would still call it violence because technically it's like one character getting hurt, but it's never extreme. It's never like for like shock value or anything like that. It's always just, well, yeah, like you're just watching a cartoon, right? The examples I think of is whenever, what's her name, the girl that's impersonating Bella, and she does a really good job actually. She catches all her like little mannerisms like really well, just like the way she acts and like carries herself. It's actually quite good. Uh, but she's trying to like come on to the dude impersonating Edward, and like Edward's trying to like push her away, and he ends up just like picking her up and like throwing her through the roof, and then she falls back down like in like another part of the room. Just small stuff like that, pretty funny. But then like they're extending under the hole again, and like all the bricks start falling on her again, just like super like cartoony stuff like that. There's another bit too where they're like fighting her dad and the dude in the wheelchair. They're just like play fighting at first. I'm pretty sure they do that in the movie. It's just like a small thing where he's like, oh haha, like hey bud, he's like shadow boxing him. But in this movie they like take it far. He like pulls him over somewhere else, and they start like fighting in the street, just like in the background, while Bella and what's his name, uh, the other werewolf boy, we're like they're talking, but yeah, in the background it's just the dad and a wheelchair guy, just like scrapping up in the background, and that's pretty funny. There's a few other bits of like really cartoonish like shit going on. There's like a minor chase scene. The wheelchair guy, the cop, and the werewolf are chasing the vampires away, and the dude in the wheelchair like jumps over like a log. And it's just funny because he's in a wheelchair and he jumps really high. It's small stuff like that like kind of catches me every now and then. But not really scary necessarily, but again, just kind of fits the horror theme, right? We're talking about vampires, and then this one, it's just sort of a nice break. Like you kind of know what you're getting into with these sorts of movies. So I mean, again, if you're just kind of a fan or like you just need something in the background, uh, I'd recommend it. But I guess for like a younger audience, you'd still probably get a lot out of like the cartoonish stuff, but you know, like cameo references and like references to celebrities, or you know, just like references of like things that were going on in the time, like you probably won't pick up. Or you know, keep your phone on standby so you can look it up right afterwards and like you know get some context. Because there's even references to things like you know, pop culture stuff, like references to like Gossip Girl. That's just like one that kind of sticks out of my head. But I mean, again, like if you're younger and you didn't know what Gossip Girl was, like that joke literally means nothing to you. Um, but that's kind of the problem whenever you have like referential comedy, and especially like you know, comedy that's like so like influenced by pop culture of the time. Like eventually, like the jokes get lost. Um, but yeah, again, just like really short one because yeah, there's not really much to say about this movie other than the fact that there's enjoyment to be had, but you know, it's kind of a toss up, really, on like if you're gonna like it specifically. So that's why it's kind of a soft recommendation. Um, I don't know. Even then, like I said, just like keep the phone on standby, right? Like this is the one time where I'll say it. You know, usually you should you should watch a movie with like you know nothing like influencing you, but yeah, keep it on standby. So if you gotta look something up, you can look it up. But then also, this is just like a good movie to like watch with people. I think. Um, why not? It kind of just makes the enjoyment of it like a bit better if you can like bounce off other people, have a few drinks, right? But you know, watch it or don't. Uh, I think it's fine for what it is. But yeah, take care.